13 Security Square Mall. Shots fired. Officers down, 8:23 hours.
10-4, suspect down. Multiple shots were fired. We just need people here now, please.
We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. Breaking news this morning. We are waiting right now for a news conference to begin following the shooting of 2 officers. Now, this is a look at the scene earlier this morning, and you can see multiple gunshot holes in car windows, cars just scattered. Now, this morning, the Baltimore County Police Department tweeting that one suspect also hit by gunfire. We now know that that person died. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Patrice Sanders. We stay with that breaking news. We are live at Shock Trauma, where Mayor Brandon Scott and Baltimore Police Commissioner Michael Harrison are scheduled to hold a news conference on the officer-involved shooting at Security Square Mall this morning. We've been told that they should be out any minute. We've been told that coming out to address the crowd will be Baltimore County Police Chief Melissa Hyatt. Of course, this happened at Security Square Mall in Baltimore County, even though it was 2 Baltimore City police involved. We're told that Dr. Scalia with Shock Trauma will also address the media about the officers' conditions. Police Commissioner Michael Harrison will also speak along with Mayor Brandon Scott, and U.S. Marshal Chief Snyder will also be there. We do know that the officers involved this morning were part of a warrant apprehension task force. Elijah Westbrook is live there now this morning, and he has more on what all happened this morning. Live there from Security Square Mall. Elijah.
That's right. Good morning, Patrice. Well, still a very active scene out here just in front of Security Mall following this shooting that took place around 8:30 this morning. I want to give you a perspective of what we're seeing out here at this hour. You can see just off of this taped off area on the side of Security Square Mall is where the homicide unit is continuing to investigate. That is the latest that we've gotten from Baltimore County Police minutes ago, telling us that their homicide unit is on site here, continuing to investigate this now deadly shooting that's killed a suspect and injured 2 warrant apprehension task force officers from Baltimore City. Now, detectives are continuing to focus their attention on what appears to be a car parked near a dollar store on this side of the mall, and that is where a business owner I spoke to says he's surprised, even concerned that a shooting took place here at the mall. Let's listen in on him and what a nearby resident had to say about this shooting, if we have that sound.
Well, it's surprising because Security Mall is trying, it's been through a lot, it's going through a lot, and I myself as a merchant is trying to make it as best as it can be so that people can come out and shop and not have to worry about crime and this nature happening.
I mean, yeah, it's some concerns, it's a frightening feeling, imagine that we was there, more people and stuff, and anything could have happened to anyone.
Absolutely. Well, again, this is an ongoing investigation out here on what appears to be the side of Security Square Mall here in Woodlawn. Police tell us the community right now is not in any sort of danger at this time. Of course, we'll keep you posted on the latest, but this is the result of 2 city officers who were shot. We now know that that suspect is dead. That suspect was pronounced dead at Sinai Hospital. But for now, we're live in Woodlawn. I'm Elijah Westbrook, Fox 45 News Midday. Patrice, let's send it back to you.
All right, Elijah, thank you. And again, we are waiting for that news conference to begin outside of Shock Trauma any moment. And as soon as it does, we will take you back there live. In the meantime, though, this is what we've been seeing from local authorities on social media. This coming from Baltimore County Police. Just after 8 a.m. July 13th, Baltimore County Police officers responded to the 6900 block of Security Square Boulevard after receiving calls that 2 U.S. Marshals had been shot. Upon arriving on scene, the injured officers were located suffering from gunshot wounds, later transported to an area hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The officers have been identified as Baltimore City Police officers with the Warrant Apprehension Task Force. The suspect suffered at least one gunshot wound and was pronounced deceased. This investigation remains active and open. Baltimore police will be holding a news conference at West Lombard Street. Baltimore County homicide detectives remain outside Security Square Mall investigating. We will be providing updates on social media as more information becomes available. And that is exactly what we just heard from our Elijah Westbrook, who is still there live on the scene. He tweeted this out earlier, one of the first to arrive on the scene as we broke into Fox 45 Morning News with this coverage. Rachel Aragon has been live at the scene of shock trauma all morning ever since this news broke. First on the scene there at shock trauma. And again, Baltimore County Police tweeting early this morning about 2 officers shot there. Police Commissioner Michael Harrison, we know, is at shock trauma this morning, and he will be one of the ones that we will hear from in this news conference that is scheduled to begin any minute now. And as you can see, even the Firefighters Association began tweeting about this early this morning. This started in the 8 o'clock hour, just going into the 9 o'clock hour. We broke into our news coverage this morning to bring this to you. We've been on it ever since. And again, we're waiting for a news conference to start momentarily.